Hello YouTube, Moose Cow here. I'm in the middle of a BBR3 game with Madman, as I usually am, and we're trying to get some practice in for the upcoming tournament down in St. Louis that the Chaplain is hosting. We weren't initially planning on doing recap videos for this game, but the game we're doing right now, where I am the Axis and Madman's the Allies, is so crazy that I have to do a little overview of what has happened in this game. We're at the Japan's turn of round 5, top of their turn, and here is the Boneyard Dish action right now. One more fighter in there, but yeah, a lot of stuff in here. Let's take a look at the craziness that unfolded in this game. I managed to pull off a successful sea lion on round 4 and have held it into round 5. And Japan has all of China, and Italy's doing actually kind of okay compared to what they usually do. The US was not attacked until round 3, and war was never declared on Russia because of this having to take so much of my time. To be fair, this game probably should never have happened. Madman has had very poor dice rolling for the most part for a chunk of this game, and I have rolled extremely well for significant portions of this game. The first round of this game was not great for me because as Germany, I went after all 3 French territories and both the naval UK navies in 110 and 111, and that cost me dearly. I lost a few fighters and my battleship and a bunch of my subs on the first round. I did manage to knock out the Canadians in 106 on the first turn though. But ever since then, basically my strategy with Germany has to just try to make as much money as possible with doing as little as possible, more or less. I've been fully taking advantage of the NOs for 5 subs. I currently have 4 because a Russian sub attacked. And then what else? Let's see. I attacked Sea Lion on round 4. Round 3. I got my tech on round 3. Rolled a 6. Got my tech, which was jet fighters. Let's go over here. Germany has jet fighters. Japan at this point has super carriers. Russia has self-propelled artillery, of course. UK got shipyards, hardly got to use it. US has not revealed their tech, and Canada and Anzac have not gotten their tech yet. Here's what the income looks like on the tracker. Let's see. Most likely Argentina and Chile will not be going pro-Axis. US has Brazil. US has come down here into Casablanca. The UK had a big fight with the Italians in El Alamein. So that's the end of the North African Corps, more or less, starting to happen here. And that's basically it right there. The UK has backed out of India because this is so overpowering over here. So he's scared, but those are the only 2 big UK things left on the board. For the most part. These are the only 2 French units left on the board. He's decided to suicide he had 3 Frenchmen in Casablanca, and he decided to suicide them against Morocco, and I managed to knock them all out. Let's see. So basically this front is very, very bizarre. Russia has gone in and they took out Slovakia, Hungary, Poland, and Romania. Originally, I took Poland back and Slovakia, Hungary, but there was a huge force in Romania. Like, I'm talking massive. Like, we had to destack and destack chips, and there was a bunch of stuff in Bessarabia. He had finally gotten self-propelled artillery. He didn't get that when he could have the first time. He just didn't roll very well for his dice. And then we just had a gigantic battle right now in Slovakia, Hungary. And I rolled extremely well. He rolled not bad, I'll say that. He eliminated my huge German force I had here, but now he only has 7 tanks and 2 artillery left. And then, his air forces landed here. He knocked out a bunch of my AAA, of course. But this is what the Russia front is looking like right now. And I have enough money to not make this easy. But because the Pacific is doing so well, Madman decided screw it, and he took his U.S. Navy from Hawaii and just brought it all over here. So he's going full on Europe right now, and the keys to the castle, so to speak, in the Pacific have been thrown to me. So we'll maybe pick it up tonight, but obviously I'm going to go for India. I have all of China. China's knocked out. I got the Money Islands. I got Guam. No war with Russia, between Japan and Russia yet. And let's see. Italy has 3 fighters, 2 in Berlin, 1 down here. They still have their battleship. They also have a tactical bomber, so it's nice having a tactical bomber with Italy. I like that. Definitely something I will try to do in the future. Italy managed to take Iraq. I had taken Transjordan to prevent him from coming into the Med, and then instead of attacking Transjordan, he fully went in on El Alamein, which allowed my 4 guys to attack Iraq, which had 1 British infantry left, and he managed to knock out 2 of my dudes. And then he has some Soviets railed from Stalingrad to the Iran territories, respectively. Here's a little thing I do. For the carriers, for Japan, I use, for super carriers, I use these 1941 carriers. They are different from the out-of-box Global. And I just did that just so that there was an easy way to tell the 2 apart. They match better than the HBG pieces. They're almost identical. It's a very, very slight difference, maybe, if you can tell. But just so that they were physically different, so you could tell which had 2 magnets and which had 3 magnets. This is what I got. So, yeah, so those are my super carriers. I also have some HBG super carriers for the U.S. I figure those are the only 2 countries that will ever likely develop super carriers, but we'll see. Hawaii's open up. He's got units in the Aleutian Islands. Yeah, so have managed to hold London. He has made desperate attempts to do amphibious assaults with the U.S. and Canada to try and whittle me down, and hopefully he gets lucky, but he hasn't so far. So, I mean, London will eventually fall, of course, but I'm super proud to have pulled off my first sea lion successfully, even if the dice rolls were, I was lucky. They were in my favor. They weren't so much in Rick's favor. Not 100% of the time. There were times where he did have good rolls, but he's gotten diced on a number of these battles. When I failed to take Sea Lion, I had a cruiser and 8 transports here. He attacked with 4 fighters, and I managed to knock them all out. He got 1 hit that first round of combat. I got 1 hit with my cruiser, so my cruiser went, right? Then his next round, he got 3 fighters against 8 transports, and I got a hit and he got nothing, and then he got, I think, another 2 hits, and then I got 2 hits. So crazy. And then he attacked with his French fighter, and I got 1 more hit against the French fighter. So I had 5 transports left over, which allowed me to do a Sea Lion then on the remaining ground units that were in London. That should not have happened. It really shouldn't. But I'm glad it did, because I got what was left of UK's money after I convoyed them, and just I have finally pulled off my first successful Sea Lion. I probably won't hold it, but I did it. So the war with Russia was scary at first, but of course the outcome of this battle has me feeling a little more confident that I'll at least maybe be able to keep Russia at bay. Just got to do 4 more turns. Japan is probably going to be the hero in this, but we'll see how stuff pans out. Madman has been a good sport, and we will finish this game out. So anyway, point being, if you're going to the tournament in St. Louis, the BBR tournament that Chaplin's throwing, we'll see you there. So until then, let's all roll the dice better.